Hey guys, this is Zack, and I'm with Kenny Levick, the founder and lead design at Concept Visualization and Design. So tell me a little bit about your business.
So my business primarily deals with visualization in architecture, the field of architecture, and pretty much what we do is we'll take anything from graphics, concepts, diagrams, and be able to communicate those visually and graphically. Sometimes that's literally diagramming, showing process, or it could be even full renderings, elevations, things like that to give clients an idea of what they're going to get before construction starts.
Okay, so tell me when and why you decided to start this business.
So I've been working for a firm for a few years, and I was primarily being used as a graphics designer. I would design layouts, boards, presentations, and I was doing upwards into the hundreds of renders for this company. And I figured, why not start my own, try and build my own clientele up, and be able to market myself to kind of work at my own pace and my own hours at my convenience.
And what has been the hardest part of growing this business?
The hardest part of growing this business is actually putting in the kind of upfront work, trying to find firms who need this service. There's plenty of firms out there that need this, but you actually have to kind of get the front foot going and meet with them, discuss, what's the standards here, what are you looking for, what can I provide for you. So actually taking the time to pick up the phone and call someone and talk to them. So.
And who are your target customers? Are they the firms or are they individual architects?
Both, actually. Here's the thing. There are firms, large firms, with we're talking hundreds of people who outsource graphical renderings, and someone like me could take advantage of these larger firms who just don't have time to put into it, and they want something done, they want something done right. Likewise, it could be even smaller firms or just single architects who are looking for a way to market themselves in maybe a smaller local field. So they want something that's going to separate them from their competitors. So the big firms just want renderings because they don't have time to do it. The little firms want something unique.
Okay, so how do you separate yourself from these big firms? What benefit do you bring to the customers that the big firms do not?
Right. So personally, I take a different approach when I am designing and whenever I'm creating these graphical representations. I take a more of a concept art kind of approach, which is it's something that I think I'm kind of unique in offering because it's sometimes it can be looser, it can be paint, I can mimic watercolor, I can mimic oil paintings, and so it's more about this showing the human touch in the art. Whereas majority of other concept visualization firms or companies might just be able to give you the rendering, this photorealistic rendering, and I can do that too. So I can market myself to everybody by being able to do what they can do, but I can also kind of get my little angle in with, okay, and you can also, I can do something a bit more creative, and it's something that might appeal to their separate target audience, not necessarily mine. So I look at it as kind of being a Swiss Army knife in graphics. I can kind of do kind of the whole package. So.
Well, that concludes our interview. I'd like to say thank you to Kenny for participating in this interview and best of luck in the future.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
When reflecting on my interview with Kenny and being able to relate it to class content, I kind of thought about how much we talked about getting out in the field and talking to people about the specific problems that they may have. But I found that in Kenny's field, it's completely opposite. Kenny is basically servicing other firms, like he mentioned, as well as individual clients who are basically buying his creativity and design skill set. And I also found that in the beginning of Kenny's business, he had a great deal of barriers of entry with competing with big and small firms, as he mentioned, as well as individual architects. And I found that his field is a little different because the product that he provides to customers is different every time. It's not something that comes from a manufacturing facility. It's basically coming from his creativity and his design skill set and he's basically asked to envision certain things from firms and clients, and that's what I thought kind of made his business different.